Hi friend, it's Pat Sloan here. So first, let's talk about this quilt. I love it too. So many of you have written and mentioned the quilt, and it is from this book, which I adore this book. It's by the Fat Quarter Shop, so Emma Publications. There are 16 fabulous quilts, all named kind of like birthday cake, like birthday cake is. They're all named for cakes because it's using a layer cake. Get it? Get it? There's the banana cake, the coconut cake, the coffee cake, Dutch chocolate cake, Dutch chocolate quilt. So this is the quilt that's up there. You can see. And then I put a border on it, a little bit. Well, I think they put a white border. I put a print border on it, which I think was really effective. It's got like the white as the little inner border in white. The other thing is I used a bit of a mottled fabric on there, which was kind of cool. It's hard to see that, but it was neat. It has a little bit of shading like, and I think it was perfect for this fabric line. And there you can see the quilting. You can see the spider webs and the bats. Isn't that fabulous? I love it so much. It's like, I think I need to make this quilt again, the same one, because I love the interaction of that block with this layout. And so I'm thinking, what if I do Kate's fabric? This is the one called, oh, I forget what it's called, but Sunshine of My Heart or something like that. This layer cake. I think maybe that would be great. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, love that. And it's in blue. Look at that. Okay, so there's also a ruler. I forgot to show you. There's also a ruler. You don't need the ruler, but the ruler is nice. It's designed to work with the book. And then if you love charm packs, there's one for charm packs for 5-inch squares. So this is called the Perfect 5 Quilts. So I will link you to all those down below in the description box. So if you want to make yourself a birthday quilt, let me just show you the happy mail that I got. This is from Veronica in Canada. And what's so pretty? So pretty. What I love is that she wanted to send me a Starbucks card, but because she's in Canada, she wanted to get one that was purchased in the U.S. So she had family in the U.S. on vacation or something, or work, and had them get it for her. That is so, so nice of you. So, so nice. Let's see. This one came in a red bag. I just started to giggle when I saw this in the mail. I'm like, oh, this is so perfect. And it is from Janice in California. And there might just be some red inside the bag. She found a really pretty card. And then she spotted when she was shopping some red nauticals, because I have the red nautical crush on my wall up there. And it is very hard to find red nautical. They tend to be in the shades of blue. So I just love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Plus, this super cute keychain from, I don't know if that's her town or a town near her. How do you pronounce that? Sloan, California. And then she found this super cute pattern for me from Creation Stations in California. So isn't that cute? Mushrooms, mushrooms, mushrooms. And we have super wonderful friend Robin from Tennessee who sent me, thank you Robin so much for the beautiful note that you included and the wonderful little present to go along with the future red featherweight. So I really, really appreciate that. I'm going to give you guys a little update on the featherweight in just 1 second. Because our friend Marie is keeping me straight here. First of all, she sent this super cute card. Look how cute this is. It has to go out there with all my stuff. And Marie's in North Carolina. So she sent me an updated YouTube plaque so that I can be adding our numbers as we go along. Oh, that's the back. So 5, 4, 6, yeah, 4, 5, 6, So this is so fantastic. Mwah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so on the red featherweight, the future red featherweight. I know that a few of you wrote and you're like, don't paint it. And it's like, I understand where you're coming from. I understand where you're coming from. But there are lots of antique sewing machines out there. Lots of people paint antiques. Lots of people don't paint antiques. It's totally fine. When you have yours, you don't need to paint your antique machines. I have a dream of having one that is painted, and so you can just tell your friends that you wouldn't paint yours. You don't need to tell me. I'm okay with that. You don't want to ruin my dream, right? You don't want to burst my bubble. You don't want to, pee on the parade, okay? I just want to throw that out there. Just be kind. So the happy part is that one of our friends in the community contacted some ladies that she knows that are sewing machine mechanics and painters. And so I am on my way to having this project done. We've had a ton of conversation. We have a plan. We're going to show a lot of the process to you, some of it as it's going on, some of it after it happens. And so I'm going to interview them or have them come on and join us and chat. So next Wednesday, you'll meet them here on the video by a little video they've each done so that they introduce themselves. And then from there, I'll be sharing the journey of my featherweight, and we need to give her a name. We need to give her a name. I am going to do a poll here at YouTube on the community tab. So let me just show you what that looks like so you know where to look. Here's my YouTube page on a desktop or on a web, and you have all these tabs: the home tab, the video tab, where you can look at things, live, shorts, playlists, where they are accumulated, like all the things about the critter quilt or underdog quilt, quilt challenges, the autumn wonders, and then you have the community tab. And that is where I post once a day right now to show you what was on the video or something. And here's what a poll looks like. So that I will put a poll here for names of the featherweight. So here you would just say, if you wanted, like, I picked that one. You do have to be signed in to YouTube, so that's important. I'm doing this on a different browser, so you do want to get signed in. It will ask you to do that if you haven't done it recently. So that is where the poll will be. And you can find the community tab on your phone as well. Before we get to our chicken salad quilt and our critters, we're going to look at the parts center and look at some blocks there. One of our friends and his wife, John and Margaret, sent me a photo. Let me just pop the photo up, and I'm just going to read this while you look at it. So they are part of a library called Woods Hole Library in Woods Hole, Cape Cod, Massachusetts. And that library allows the patrons of the library to rent a sewing machine. How cool is that? And their featherweights. And so he told me that they've always maintained their own featherweights, and so they decided that it would just be wonderful to go ahead and offer their services to clean up and check the machines periodically. Because, if you've got public sewing machines out there, they are going to get maybe a little bit of rough treatment. And so that's what they do. So I thought that was super fun. And I'm going to link you below because they were also featured on the Featherweight Store's blog, I think it was. That's what he sent me. So I'll link you to that as well. Okay, now, let me put this back, my little paper back up. I am going to show you the fabric I'm going to do for this because I've been, in several evenings, I wanted to open this and do it, but I'm like, I have to tape, but I don't feel like taping. So we're doing it right now. We're going to look at the fabric, and I want to just sort it out. I'm using this one called Maple, and I haven't pulled it out to open it. So exciting. So I'm going to put it against white, I think. And I have to cut a bunch of squares. And so here are the oranges and the rusts. Oranges and rusts is, I think that's where I want to go. All right, so now I get into too much other color from the oranges and rusts. So these are peachy things, and some of these, oh there, look how beautiful this is. Look, wouldn't this make a great quilt like the one behind me, the birthday quilt we just talked about? Okay, so these, there's the pie. Look at that. Now I think I can put in a few of these darker peach. So I'm going to put them on the stack, because then there's a leaf in the center, right? So these will be squares. These ones, a couple of these I might just sew together for the backing, and then some of them will be the border. I don't know what I'll do for border yet, but you know, none of them it's going to be a scrappy border, so I'll just, you know, piece some stuff together. What I got, these are all, there's purples and greens. Okay, so the stem can be one of the greens. Let's look at this. Let's find one. Like I like one that's more green, shows more green. Like I don't want this one for the stem because it's just going to chop up the design too much. Of course, I could put this one with the little figures and stuff. That would be super cute. Super cute. Okay, so this is what I'll do. This will be the leaf. This will be the leaf. And then, not these, but this one will be the stem. So this will be the stem and then the leaf. So we'll have those. Yeah, that's good. That's good. It's got a great contrast. They don't blend into each other, which is what I didn't want to do. Okay, so we've got those. Now for the leaf in the middle, I'm going to do purple. And there's a light, I'm thinking all the same. So there's two of that light purple, and then each of these, there's two of those. There's only one of these, so we won't do it in that. Plus that has too much pattern. This is just going to get lost in the patchwork. I need it to be really solid, like it really reads solid. So it's going to be I think these light ones. They will read the best. Oops, we don't want that guy back there. So these will read the best, I think. So most of this is going to be the darker. So you can see that against there. So I will have this mostly probably these burnt orange colors, more rust color, and then pop a couple of these peaches in, and then do the light leaf in the middle, the stem, the green leaf at the top, and the stem. Now this part will be, all of these, I will pick from these to do a border. You know, maybe the purples, who knows, maybe the purples will be the border. Just cut all those up. There's also the greens, which would be nice. The greens could be a nice border. There'll be plenty of those. That might be it. I might go with the greens for the border. So I'm just sticking that on the side to think about. Okay. So we'll put those over there to think about. So that is, now I'm going to cut this. I'm not going to film it while I'm cutting it, but I'm going to cut it, and then I will go and get all the chicken salad, because we are on corn and tomatoes today. Corn and tomatoes. It is the harvest block for chicken salad. So before we go to the chicken salad quilt for the block, there it is. There it is. So cute. And this is what I'm thinking of. Put the cream. I actually went with this rather than white. It's a little bit of an off-white, an eggshell, and I'll link you to that because it's really pretty. And then I think there will be green on the border. Green on the border. Although I do have some oranges if I wanted to put orange. Maybe I'll see. I'll see when it's done. So there we go. Do I have that right? I think so. I'll count it again. I think so. It looked off center for a second. But no, it's centered. 2 over here and 2 over here. It's just the leaf points. We're throwing me off. Okay. Now I'll get all the chicken salad stuff. Our chickenless chicken salad quilt, or maybe you did add a chicken like I did, or maybe you are doing the applique chickens. This week we are on corn and tomatoes. So this is the block, and it is book number 2. So there's the block. So darling. This is book number 2, which has, of course, a zillion great things in it. I'm following the quilt that the Fat Quarter Shop did with mostly the piece blocks. Well, they're all piece blocks, so they're all piece blocks. They didn't do any chicken. I switched out to have a chicken in mine because I thought it was darn cute. So let me show you the fabrics. So I'm using kind of the fabric bundle. I'm using the fabric bundle, which is a cookbook fabric, and adding a few things here and there. So first let's look at the corn. The corn and the leaves, that I'm doing just, you know, what the Fat Quarter Shop did. But for the tomatoes, I went digging around. I'll use one of these greens for the tops of the tomatoes. Here's the background. Use same background all the time. But tomatoes, in the book, the one is in like a gingham. See the gingham? And so I thought, oh well, I must have some gingham somewhere. So I found 2 red gingham. There might be others, but I found these 2. This one's too white. It actually gets kind of washed out. If I put it up here, you can see like with the others, it kind of almost starts to read white, and so that isn't the look I want. But this guy, there we go. See, he looks fabulous. So we'll go with the darker gingham. So darker gingham, and then I found this little tomato print. It's got little tomatoes and pumpkins and eggplants and carrots. So cute. So the other tomato will be with that. Now the sashings for this guy are these fabrics, and I'll have a picture of mine, but if you want to see them here on video, I'm not sure we've used this one yet, but I like it. They are repeated around. I'm just glancing back here. No, I think this is the first time for this particular fabric, which is the blue with the, looks like fiesta wear, right? So darling. So I am going to sew this guy. And here it is, all laid out, ready to sew. I've got the border on, the 2 tomatoes, and then what I did is the stems were like on this far side one, and then the upper stem is like this side of the corn and the corn. Plus, for those of you doing the applique chickens, Penny is your girl this week. Penny the chicken, so she's darn cute, look at her. And some of you found this cake stand block, which fits perfectly in this project if you want it. It's free. And so I've got, excuse me, I've got all excited. It is darn cute. I keep thinking, oh, should I put that in mine? Should I put that in mine? I might switch one of the other blocks and put it in. But that's a free pattern. The link is in the description box below and at my website today. And if I think about it, I'll put it on the chicken salad page. So if I remember. Sorry, sometimes there's just too many things to update. So, but if it's there, if I get it, it'll be there. So now I'm going to sew this. Before I start sewing the corn, what is it called? The corn block. I decided to take the peach squares off. You know, they were kind of random on here every so often. And I decided to take them off because I just think it makes it a little more cohesive. It's not a big block. You know, like this will be it. So I think this really helps it'll pull it together. Of course, it's going to look a lot different once it's sewn, but I'm going to be sewing this while I'm doing the other things. So it is over here. It's on my koala table. I have the top shelf on this side one too, so that I can put it over here. Okay, time to sew. Okay, me again. Before we start, let me give you the 10-minute tidy up challenge for the month. It is about your bobbins. Whether you have them organized or not organized, pull them out and take a look at what's going on. Do you have a lot of crazy threads that are everywhere that you just sort of toss them in a bucket? Or do you have some nice things like these bobbin boats, which will hold them tidy? Also, do you have a lot of short ones? Like this one has, I need to sew it off. And that's what I want to do now while I'm piecing the blocks. I'm going to have a couple of these short ones and I'll sew them off. They're a bit of a pain, right? Because you sew so much and then all of a sudden we're out of thread. But that's okay. That's okay because I'll get them emptied to use. So this is your challenge. Get out your bobbins, take a look at them, tidy them up, sew off things you don't, and then wind ones that you like to wind. Like if you have a basic thread you always use, wind your bunch of bobbins now. So that's your tidy up challenge. All right, and share it over at my Facebook group, Quilt Along with Pat Sloan. Share a picture of what you did. Here it is. Got that corn. I love this corn. This corn is so cool. Now, when you're doing these, I think it's a bit of a mental game because I had to look at it like 3 times and lay it down and go, yeah, okay, they're right. I did them right, but they didn't look right. So I kept thinking, did I put the wrong one? Because this, you have to put the correct one for the side of the corn stalk. So anyway, just a little tip. If you feel like it's like you're going, no, it's not right, just double check because probably you did it right. Then the tomatoes turned out cute. See that little fabric? Yeah. And then the gingham. So there it is. I will have a picture of it also on my website project page. So, if you want to go see it again. Okay, critters. We are like a full up video today, and I do not want to rush. I don't want to rush when I'm going through the part center blocks here, looking. I want to talk about that process, and I don't want to be rushed while I'm doing it. So we will do that on Monday. And Monday I want to show you my planner because I'm trying to do that once a month, show you the planner, the status, how I did the prior month and what I thought about it. So we'll do those 2 things on Monday because we're done with the pumpkins, although maybe we'll do a show and tell for pumpkins. So now I want you to remember to go to the link that I've given you here and at my website to do the poll for the naming my featherweight. I've put a couple of names that were given prior, so you can see if you like any of those. You can leave me some other name options. Oh, and today is M&M Day. Isn't every day M&M Day? Come on. Yeah. I need to get some of those coffee ones again. That's on my list, my grocery list. See if they have them. So, my friend, I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone, and have a really wonderful, lucky Friday the 13th. I'll see you online.